Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am mr.lamchaneygurung, and in today's video we are going to talk about a biopharmaceutical company called Atossa Therapeutics, ticker symbol ATOS. Now in this video I will do a quick technical analysis on this stock as we have previous data, because the stock has been in a publicly traded zone for a while. Then I'm going to talk about the company and try to explain why this stock could hit the $20 mark this year. And yes, you heard it right, $20 means 4 times from its current level in the next 6 months. And finally, a quick fundamental. But then again, I am not your financial advisor. I do these videos solely and only for entertainment purpose. You can do whatever you like with your money. Go ahead, buy a Gucci bag if you want to, get a Louis Vuitton belt if you want to, but make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. And like I always say, always think before you sink. Now with that being said, let's start the video. Okay, as you can see on the screen, this is a graph of Atossa Therapeutics chart, and it is on a nice bull run at the moment. It did try to break the $6.8 mark and then came crashing and found a nice bit of support at the $3.8 mark. In fact, if you look here on the weekly, it has now finally broken above the $5 resistance, and finally it's trading above all the moving averages. That means the next stop will be at around $7, which it did try to break last week but failed. But I think it will break thereafter, and the new resistance will be only at $20 mark, which means after $7 and $20, technically I don't see any resistance anytime anywhere. Now getting back to the company, like I said, it is a clinical staged biopharmaceutical company seeking to discover and develop innovative medicines in the areas of breast cancer and COVID-19 nasal spray and therapy to improve the lung function of the severely ill patients and reduce their time that they spend in ventilators. Now to start with the company, it had a huge news release just a few days ago that Atossa Therapeutics will be now listed in the Russell 2000 and Russell 3000 indices, both of them. So that's great news for I guess, and most of the people they bought into this news, and the stock did had a nice run up to the $7. So as of June 28, it will be listed in 2 different indices, which normally means a good sign, a good news for us investors and shareholders. Now if the stock carries on this way, I think the price will break with its $7 mark within this month alone, because June 28, at least we still have at least around 5 to 6 trading days. However, this is not just it. It has an oral drug called endoxifen, which is used to the treatment of breast cancers. And in February 2021, the company announced that it had an overwhelmingly positive news showing the reduction of tumor cells in the phase 2 of its clinical study. So as you can see on their chart provided, they had completed their phase 2 of the treatment very successfully, where they tested it with about a dozen to 100 patients and checked for the side effects as well. Next step is that they will have to test it for phase 3, and where the patients will be about 100 to 1,000 patients, and basically they will be checking and comparing the results with the current standard method of treatment. Now this will take at least about 1 to 4 years before the trial finishes successfully, and the next step would be to get a new drug approval, or get a marketing authorization approval before they start selling these drugs into retailers or pharmacies as well. Now I know it's a long time for us investors, but then again, breast cancer is a very devastating and widespread disease. I think the market for the drug is very huge to start with, and the upside will be very limitless if this thing gets approved and if this thing works as well, and it hits the market within the next 5 years. I don't know, our money might as well do 40 times, 20 times. Lord only knows about that. Okay, plus a lot of women suffering from breast cancer can hopefully get back to their healthy conditions from its oral treatment, and hopefully cure all of them, and they can go back to their normal life, to their normal family life. That's it. We will get back to their pipeline chart. Now you can see they have these two products for the treatment of COVID-19. One is for the improvement of lungs, which is written as ATH201, which is in phase 1, which let's say passes and moves to phase 2. I think this news will single-handedly carry the stock prices soaring to about $20 area. As I said before, there is no resistance after the $7 mark. Now about the nasal spray, I think the idea is great, and a lot of people, even after surviving the COVID-19, unfortunately they still get it for the second time, even if they have the vaccine in their body, whether it's due to a new variant spreading across the country, or the vaccine not lasting in the body of the patient for a longer period of time, or there is a different maybe a black fungus or whatever the case. I think it will only be cheaper for the government to opt for this spray if it get approved, as it will be much cheaper for them to provide this spray instead of providing ambulance bed, ventilators, and all sort of things for the patients. Remember, prevention is always better than cure. So if you dampen the symptoms from the beginning, the consequences will be a lot lesser. Now think about it, how many people will be needing this spray, and how many hospitals and pharmacies will be keeping a stockpile of these. Trust me, the demand will be very high, and this thing will hit over the roof. Plus, since the COVID cycle only lasts for about a maximum of a month in a patient's body, I think it won't take too long for Atossa to receive its phase 3 results and ultimately hit the market if successful, because unlike cancer, the result will show in a far lesser time period, within months, not like years. And plus, the government in all different parts of the world, they have an urge to end this thing as soon as possible, because I think this is the priority of above all things for all the governments in the world. So definitely they will be pushing for it if this thing passes the approval phase. Talking about the finances, as you can see on the screen, its product are in trial phase. Obviously at this minute the company is in a negative territory, but it does have a good asset of about $141 million, and its liability is just $1.38 million, plus their total cash is about $137 million, whereas the debt is only $800,000. So that's a very healthy cash amount, and which will also help them easily survive the next few years with their lab test, with their test, or next phase of clinical for for this breast cancer treatment. So with so much cash, endocrine phase 3 trial hopefully can get good results without any obstruction or any delay, and for the good of this world. Finally, that is the end of this video. Please like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and do let me know in the comment section below what are your thoughts about Atossa Therapeutics and whether or not you will be buying this stock. Please share your ideas, but like I always say, always think before you sink. Goodbye my friends.